episode of Reality Court. My name is Ace Fanning, host of the Sister Wives podcast, Love Should Be Multiplied, Not Divided. And I am joined by Timu's number one influencer. Guys, the sales have skyrocketed from our momfluencer because those $9.99 microcurrents that, may cause your face to fall off have really just skyrocketed.
They really have.
She's keeping Timu alive right now. Anna Quincoces, former Real Housewife of Miami, but my favorite Real Housewife of Miami of all time.
All time.
Now, listen.
Thank you.
If we had a Real Housewives of Pittsburgh. Also, I thought Pittsburgh was a state. I thought Pittsburgh was a state.
Pennsylvania was the city.
Yeah, well, when I was doing my map, I did Pittsburgh, and then I crossed that out because I was like, obviously that is not the state. And then I replaced it with Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So, but if we had a Real Housewives of Pittsburgh, let me tell you who would be on that show. One Miss Abby-Lee-Miller of Abby-Lee Dance Company, because this woman can read you for filth.
Think about this for a minute. You can add Abby-Lee-Miller to any current franchise, and she would dramatically improve it. I don't care which one it is.
Yep.
Is this a true statement?
I agree with that. I think that she would probably not be a full-time wife, but she would be more like a Mama Elsa,
Yeah.
Marisol. And I think that she could come in, and it was just like all her job is to do is come in, treat these women like shit, eat their food, and then leave.
Right.
She's not going on the cash trip. We're not doing any of that.
She's not going to do interviews. She doesn't have time for that shit.
No, I think she does confessionals because she's even meaner there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But she still has her same Dance Moms background with the costumes and stuff. She doesn't have the background all the other women do.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Honestly, we should do remember Tabitha's salon takeover?
Yeah.
We should do an Abby's studio takeover where she goes
she needs a reality show that's hers that she gets residuals on. She does.
Please.
Yeah.
We need more Abby Lee on our televisions.
And
but guys,
if you are listening to this episode, also go on YouTube because for our interview, he borrowed Caitlin's very low V-neck Dance Mom's shirt.
Yes.
It's very form-fitting. It's very sexy. His biceps are bicepting. And he looks
busting out of
hot.
it.
He looks
busting
hot.
out.
And Abby Lee appreciated it.
My cleavage is hanging out all over the place. These tits are bouncing.
You look good.
So yeah, if you're not watching on YouTube, go and watch that. But if you're watching on TikTok, oh God, please, just don't comment anything. People are very mean on TikTok. I thought TikTok was the nice community.
Oh, I'm not on TikTok. I need to go on TikTok.
You know what's funny is somebody commented on the podcast I do with my wife, and they were like, I'm confused. So he's gay, but he's married to a woman. I don't get it. And so I replied and I said, actually, they're siblings. And so I thought that would confuse them even more.
So it would be worse. Incest. That's I love it.
I liked that. So
some
guys,
people deserve responses.
That's right. Yeah. So now Abby-Lee-Miller is going to be joining us in just a minute, and I'm very excited for you guys to see this interview because she's a gem. I don't know where her star is on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but it should be there.
Absolutely.
And I said this during the interview to her, but I really do believe that Abby Lee helped change the face of reality TV. And some may say in a negative way, but to me, I say a positive way. We should be able to scream at anyone, any age on reality TV. It shouldn't matter.
I agree. And she does explain a lot of it and a lot of stuff she had to do that was difficult. And, when you do this kind of stuff, when you are talent on reality TV, it's a risk you take.
The thing is, that's what people don't understand about you and I is I'm actually super educated, super smart. I'm a pillar of the community. And it's Hurrdat comes to me and they say, we need you to be gross. We need you to be a piece of shit. And it's that's foreign to me.
It is foreign to you, and you don't like it, and I know it's very hard for you, and you have to purge after each episode.
Thank you.
But I appreciate you doing it for me, for meeting me down here where I live, because if not, it would be a very disjointed show. So really
People have just been saying
that.
really mean things about me, like, oh, he can't even name all 50 states.
I know. It's so sad. It's so sad. But
it's a bit
wrong. You have to pretend, and it's an act, but it's for your entertainment, people. So just leave him alone.
Jeez.
And now, without further ado...
Save the tears for your pillows, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
Abby Lee Miller's here, and we cannot wait for you to see it.
All right, enjoy.
Welcome back to another episode of Reality Court. My name is Ace Fanning, and I am a huge Dance Moms fan, but I am married to a woman, which really throws people off. And I am joined by my co-host, the former Real Housewife of Miami, but my current favorite dancer, Anna Quincoces. Hello, Anna.
Thank you so much. You've never seen me dance, and you wouldn't want to.
Oh, no, I'm sure I wouldn't. No, but we are joined today by a legend. And guys, before we started this episode, she said to us, she was like, do you really think I'd be doing this shit if I was getting residuals from the show? And that's the honesty. That's Abby Lee Miller. Like, I don't want anything else. That's exactly who I was hoping to talk to.
Okay,
you know?
well, it's me. There's nobody else.
I was waiting for her to tell me, like, my feet are sickled or something, you know?
I can't see your feet.
That's okay. Now, Abby, you can't see us, but I did wear a special.
Can see you now.
Oh, you can see us.
us.
Okay,
Good, awesome.
So I know that currently I look like a member of the Backstreet Boys, but it's because my wife has an Abby Lee Miller shirt that I'm currently wearing.
Oh, please.
Oh, nice.
So that's why I have a gaping cleavage going on. My apologies.
It's good. A V-neck's always good.
We love your blouse. Your blouse.
Lengthens the line. We match.
Oh, Abby Lee. Wow. This feels so surreal to me to get to talk to you. I want to go back in time a little bit to when you very first started Dance Moms. And I know the whole story. I know that you were not intended to be on the show. It was supposed to be about the moms. It wasn't supposed to be about the girls. But then they saw you in action and they said, wow, that's a fucking show right there. That's a show.
So, you want that little tidbit?
Yes.
Okay, so I was choreographing. I was an on-camera choreographer. That's how they wanted to hire me. And they were using my studio for free. So let's put that out there too. It was a 6-week docuseries. Nothing had been negotiated. There were no attorneys involved. They were just coming into my studio.
And you made repairs to that studio and everything, right? On your own
Well,
dime.
and I had a very successful business at this point. Right then and there, it wasn't successful. It was dying because after 2008, the student population just declined. I'm still running around every summer with everybody else's kids, taking them to competitions, driving an Escalade every new 2 years. I still lived my life as if my dad was at the front desk and he was taking care of everything, and that was just it. I was good. And it wasn't like that at all. It was not like that. So anyway, I'm an on-camera choreographer, and I'm choreographing these numbers for free. And I'm thinking, I can't keep doing this. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to bring some other children in and put them behind the cameras so that you can't see them, but they can learn the routines too. Then I can use the routines in my recital. That's what we're going to do. And these aren't advanced dancers. Keep that in mind. These are good little kids. They're coming up, but they're not my best dancers in my studio by any means. So I bring in these other kids, 4 or 5 kids. And one kid comes in with a big sloppy t-shirt, their hair down, and socks on. And I'm teaching an acrobatic routine. So I looked at the kid and I said, get out, come back when you look like a dancer, period. The kid goes out, texts their mother, Abby said this about me, Abby said I was this, Abby said I was that. I didn't say any of that, it's on camera. 5 minutes later, the mother swings the door open to the studio and is screaming. And the little kids in front of me are like this, like a rod goes up their spine, scared to death, like, they never heard anyone scream before, which I don't get that with their mothers, but okay, whatever, boom. And I can't let her in because she's on her way into the room. So I go out and she chases me around the den. She's chasing me. A grown woman is chasing me. And so I grab somebody's phone off the ottoman. I grab their phone and I run into another room where there's a class going on. And I open the phone, flip phone, that's how long ago it was, and I dial 911.
Oh my God.
And the dispatcher answers. And he said, okay, so all the cameras come chasing at me, and Satan, the producer, the EP, is in the corner. and I say, she's laughing, and I say,
we already have something in common.
Okay, yes, 911. And the dispatcher answers the phone, and he said, Officer Broadway, what's your emergency? And I went, I'm looking for Officer Broadway. Did he just say that? And I look at Satan thinking, no, you're not that good. You did not intercept a 911 call. How is this happening? So I said, there's a psycho woman. She's chasing me around. She is scaring the children, and I want her arrested. Come get her. And he said, does she have any weapons? And I said, no, just her mouth. And when that footage got back to the network, they said, who is this woman? We don't have a picture of Abby. We don't have a video of Abby. We don't. And so John Corella, who was also an EP who gets credited for creating the show, which, well, that's it, he did not.
Yeah.
And he said, no, that's Abby, the ladies' studio you're using for free. So
Yikes.
they had been trying to avoid me this whole time.
And now
right?
we want her on the
They
show.
didn't know who I was. Now they have a face with the name, and they're like, oh, shoot, okay. They knew they had something with the moms and the kids. They knew that. But I was like the glue that kind of made it all work.
Honestly, I mean, I know it's called Dance Moms. I know that it is hyper focused on the drama between, but it's hyper focused on the drama between the moms and you.
Right.
So if we didn't have you, we have nothing.
Momster is a good name, don't you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, that is.
Let me ask you a question, Abby. You know, a lot of people talk about tough love, right? And I haven't seen a lot of the show, I have to be honest, but I have seen a little bit lately, and I don't see anything that wrong with any of the things you did. You know, but how would you say that this tough love has been misconstrued by people? Do you think it's tough love?
I think my tough love has made those kids stars. I think the training that I gave I keep hitting this, the training that I gave my other students that you don't know from a television show that are working professionally, that worked for 20 years at Walt Disney World as the dance captain of Beauty and the Beast, or kids that are on Broadway. One of my students is the supervising choreographer and director of Death Becomes Her, the new hit Broadway show.
Oh, wow.
I have kids that have done 7, 8 contracts at Tokyo Disney. These are kids that came from very little means in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that grew up with either single parents or hardworking blue-collar parents that have seen the world. I made that possible. I did that for them. I drove them back and forth to New York City to go to auditions because I believed in them more than their own parents did. Fact.
Right.
Well, and I think it's very telling that JoJo, who is the most famous of anyone who's come from the show, is the one who says all the time, like, I appreciated what Abby did because it really did prepare me for the future. And she's the most famous. She's the one's not crying about it.
She deserves nothing. Don't have an attitude that you are entitled in this world. You are not. You deserve nothing else. You earn it. You can't stand here and cry. I want no crying children. None.
Well, if you yell at me, I'm gonna cry.
Get out. Go.
Okay.
Go. Let's go. We're going home right now.
Right, and she's the one that's gone on and done other reality shows. She, did that Forces out in the wilderness, carrying
Special
people on her
Forces.
back and all that. Yeah, she did. She just did Big Brother. She has gone off and done it. She's judged on So You Think You Can Dance. She's been on the other side of the table, and she gets it because
Right.
she continued working.
And
a lot of
because
the other kids are like, "Ooh, poor me. I'm just going to sit here and rest on all my money I have." Yeah.
And because she developed the tough skin under your tutelage,
Yes.
Clearly.
JoJo, you're back. You got the invitation that I wanted you to stay another week. I made a decision that JoJo should come back. She can be sometimes rude, but can she get on stage and be fabulous? Yes. She has that extra little spark. That's great for Los Angeles. I think the kids could learn something from JoJo.
Did you think, looking back on it, obviously we know Maddie was meant to be the star from the show, but did you think that JoJo would go as far as she would?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought JoJo would go far when she got to LA. When the show moved to LA, I thought she would do Disney or Nickelodeon or some little kid show. Did I think she would still be a star as an adult? No. I mean, I didn't think that far ahead. It wasn't that I didn't think she wouldn't be. I just wasn't thinking that far. I was thinking in the immediate future. And I knew once we moved to LA, this kid's going to get an offer. She's going to get something. I also thought that about Eliana, another little one. She was quirky and kind of just like the normal kid next door. But she had a great vocabulary and she was witty and she came up with these crazy sentences. And I thought, oh, she's going to get some Disney show, this kid. And she didn't. Maybe she was not in the right place at the right time. But as far as the rest of the kids, I think going to LA kind of ruined them. It destroyed what we had because suddenly they're at movie premieres and they're going to the opening of this store and they're using this lip gloss and they had a publicist and a stylist and a manager and an agent and all these people clamoring to get to them. And my opinion now didn't really matter. When we were in Pittsburgh, oh my God, I had to look at every flippin' blue leotard they owned to figure out which one they were gonna wear to a dance competition this weekend or to a dance convention to take a class. Their mothers would bring in and what hair bow do you want? And my word was the word of God. And I don't want to say that and sound crazy, but it was in Pittsburgh. And then as soon as we moved, it was like,
Yeah.
everyone
fish.
descended upon them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like small fish in a big pond.
Yeah,
Well,
and they were-
I think it's season 5 where you guys moved to LA, isn't it?
yes.
So in season 5, it's crazy because we do see such a change, not just from the girls, but also your relationship with the girls. And I wish that we had gotten to see more of that and know that's what was actually going on behind the scenes, because it did just feel disjointed.
Right, and they weren't in class anymore.
Yeah.
That's the problem. When we wrapped at 4:30 or 4 o'clock or whatever, they had somewhere to go and somewhere to be and something to do. Even if they were at a milkshake place, filming for their YouTube channel or whatever, having milkshakes, it was more important than being in ballet class. Where in Pittsburgh, there wasn't anything else to do.
Right.
You had to stay there. Yes.
Speaking of Pittsburgh, I would light a candle if I could, because I am so sad to learn that the original ALDC is no more.
Don't talk about it. I get sick. My friends there will not let me, when I'm in Pittsburgh, they won't let me drive past it. I can't go there. I haven't seen it. Somebody just posted something and I happened to see it just quickly. It sickens me. My mom and dad gave me their life savings to buy the land. At 21 years old, I borrowed $585,000 at 9.75% interest
Holy
to
shit.
build my building. Then my dad took every credit card he could fill out, the form, and got every credit card and maxed them out $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to put like the bathroom stalls and the ballet bars and the sprung floors and everything. And 30 years later, those floors were still in wonderful shape. It was done right.
I mean, it's a testament to how much he believed in you.
Yes.
It really is.
I feel like if I could visit, some people in the world are like, I would love to visit these historical sites. I'd love to see where Gettysburg happened, or I'd love to visit the Great Wall of China. For me, my life moment would be getting to go and sit in the Mother's Nest area and have someone scream at me. I'd love to have you down there scream something at me, and I feel like I could die a happy man.
We can recreate that. Yes.
Oh my God.
I built that observation mezzanine, and really what they never showed was you could watch all 3 rooms at the same time. So you could sit on the very top of the bleacher and look over here and see your 13-year-old in an advanced class, and then see your 10-year-old in a tap class and see your 4-year-old in a preschool class, all simultaneously.
Wow.
So I built that so parents could see what their children have learned, what they needed to work on. Maybe your little one come up from a back bend for the very first time ever, for your little 3-year-old to do a cartwheel for the first time and do it right. That's what I built that for. Not for people to sit there for 4.5 hours because they had nothing else to do, Kelly Island, and look down in the room and say, no, hear me, and say, that kid is so ugly. Why is she in my daughter's group?
Wow.
Wow. Are
And
you
my
kidding?
secretary overheard it. Yes.
Oh God. Yes.
Okay,
Sounds
so
almost like creating alliances before the Housewives reunion.
exactly. And they also wanted it to be sweet and nice so they wouldn't say anything bad about our kids. That's exactly what it was. And also to kind of say, we're here, we're thriving, we don't need to do a reunion show. My kids don't need $68,000. You all do. My kids are good. Yeah, that's what each of the girls got. So
68,000
to sit in a chair and talk about me. Yeah.
Wow. Honestly,
Talk badly
what a
about
dream
you.
come
Yes,
true.
talk badly about me. Yes. And
Abby-
let's just say, had I been there, two girls wouldn't have been sitting next to each other in the same dress. I would have fixed that.
Thank you.
If I was
Thank you for
producing it, I would have looked at everybody's wardrobe 3 days before. They would have had to model it on Zoom, and I would have said yes or no. Yes, absolutely.
What is your insight on why Nia was not there?
Because Maddie and Mackenzie weren't there.
Oh,
I think she picked a team, and it was them.
interesting.
Well, if they're not going, if Maddie's not going, I'm not going to go.
Well, it's like Nia's not. I don't really see her much anywhere. No.
No. She's
Okay,
at
so
Disney.
then-
She's at Disney World all the time. That's where I see her. She's always at Disney. She must have a good deal with Disney.
Abby, now I know that you found yourself in a place of in a tough situation legally with
Yes.
everything going on.
You can say it. It's okay.
And I want to talk about just what it was that you finally officially got charged with.
I'll tell you. So I was indicted on 21 indictments, and they all stemmed because I had declared bankruptcy in 2010, December 10th of 2010. Dumbest thing I ever did in my life. And I did it over $37,000. That's it, $37,000. But when you declare bankruptcy, they take all of your debt, like everything you owe, your house, your taxes, your neighbor, $10 for the grass cutting, whatever it is, they put everything together. And I think it totaled like 600 grand, everything. And that included the building, the house, everything. To note, I paid every single person back 100% on the dollar, 100%. And if they had a late fee or a fine or anything else they wanted, they got it. One of my friends who gave me the $5,000 to declare bankruptcy, because that's what you need, she got paid back twice because I felt so bad that I paid her back right away because she sees me on TV and I'm making all this money and she's thinking, why aren't I getting paid? But it doesn't work that way in bankruptcy. You have to pay everybody back at the same time. So you have to wait till you have $600,000 to then pay everything. Does that make sense?
Shit.
Okay. So what was happening was the judge in the bankruptcy case, his wife was a super fan, and she was watching the show, and he saw the ad for another show for Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. And he thought, that's it. This girl is hiding money. She's doing this, she's doing that. So they started to investigate me, going through my garbage out in front of my house, everything. And we were doing events. When I say events, I was teaching master classes around the world. We would be off. This is another weird thing that people don't put two and two together. When we were off for 3 weeks, I would go, we're going to Australia. Who was with me? Who was right with me? Every one of those kids. Nia was with me. Maddie was with me. Mackenzie was with me. Kendall was with me. They were with me. Well, if you hate me so much,
reward
why are you going away with me?
working that hard. Yeah.
Why are you at the movies with me on Saturday night after the competition? Your mother's not here, but you're with me always. Okay,
Yeah.
because it was fun. I was crazy. I was fun. I wasn't their mother, So, anywho, the indictment was she's hiding money. She's not doing this. She's not doing that. She opened a bank account in Los Angeles without getting permission first. Is she allowed? Well, yeah, but she was supposed to ask us first. Oh, well, who cares? Okay, so all these things happened, right? The only thing that stuck, the only indictment that stuck was I have a vacation home in Orlando, Florida. during the show. My mother was living there. We have a vacation home. It's a little 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,000 square foot home, right? Every other house in my neighborhood, the people walked away. A bunch of expats that own these vacation homes in Orlando and Disney walked away. They were I was on an adjustable rate mortgage. Horrible.
Oh my God.
And you know what that is. It was horrible. So my bankruptcy attorneys tried to negotiate with Chase Bank. Tried. They wouldn't answer the phone. They wouldn't return an email. They could not get a hold of them, right? So they said, Abby, we want you to walk away from this house. I said, no, my mother's living in the house.
What year was this?
11, 12, 13. So
okay, yeah.
in 2010, 2011. So I said, no, what if I don't get credit again? What if I never can buy another house again? No. The judge was a female. She had her nails done, her hair done. I thought, good, we're in business. Wrong. She said, Abby, Ms. Miller, if anyone at Chase Bank knew you were on a television show, they would have never negotiated that rate so low. So until we said she's walking away from the house, and I didn't say it, I didn't sign anything, and the attorney sat on the stand and said, the bankruptcy attorney, and said, Ms. Miller did not know about this. We did it behind her back in her best interest to get this rate negotiated. As soon as we said she was going to walk away from the house, suddenly we got a phone call from Chase Bank.
So here's my question. When you find out you're going to go to prison, what is going through? Because I'm telling you right now, if I had to go to prison, I'm done. I'm terrified. I could never in a million years make it. What's going through your head when you find that out?
This is a nightmare, and I'm going to wake up. I met some of the most intelligent, kind, caring, wonderful women that I will ever meet. People gave me the shoes off their feet. Not, oh, here's my shoes. Shoes that they had to save money to buy. They had to order them. It took months for them to come in. I get there, here, you wear my size, take these. I mean, there's women that I made millions of dollars for, help them, and they wouldn't give me the t-shirt, let alone the shoes off their feet.
Yeah.
I was, and my nails were like embedded in my criminal defense attorney, who the bill was 1.2 million, by the way, 1.2, and I had a forensic accountant that was $370,000 that we flew in first class to Pittsburgh, and they never put him on the stand. And that really pissed me off too, because he was the one that could tell you that Melissa was stealing from me, that this one, that one, he knew everything. Yes. So it was so bad. But I didn't know what to do, and I kept thinking, is this research for a movie? Is there something else gonna happen here? Is it gonna be like Private Benjamin? Like, I don't know. And people had me scared to death. And they hired these counselors, consultants for prison that you go in. Every single thing they told me, there were 2 of them, it was completely wrong. Completely wrong. Yes.
Like, what'd they tell you?
Well, when you get out, you can't work for anybody. You're gonna have to get a job at Target or something. You're not allowed to work for yourself. You can't have your own business. This, that, none of that was true. None of it. Like, none of that. That the women are going to assault you, they're going to rape you, they're going to do, none of that was true. Women that were gay before they went in, were gay in there. Women that were straight, were still straight. Like, it wasn't like that. It was not like that at all. No. I met some of the most, what?
Go ahead. No, I was thinking, because you mentioned a movie, and if I don't know if it's been done. I know that you have a book.
I wrote the book way before
That's
prison.
what I'm wondering. If you did a memoir now, what would it be called? Without any limitations on
how
profanity.
How Lifetime ruined my life.
I would go like how Lifetime fucked me, but okay.
Yes. Yes.
How I dropped the soap in front of Lifetime.
Yeah, something. It was, yeah. And they still continue to make money off of me. That's what's scary.
So you go into prison, and I imagine like that's terrifying, but it sounds like you said you met great people in there and stuff.
I did.
At any point, did you start choreographing any dances with those ladies?
I did.
What?
Of course I did. And somehow, I don't know how. I really don't know, honestly. I don't know how, but I got red ribbon, a bolt of red ribbon into that prison to put a big hair bow in everyone's head with their ponytails. I choreographed a Christmas dance. I do it every Christmas. It's to the Pointer Sisters, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It's like a 60s version. And I did, like the monkey and the pony and everything with the girls. And there was a kids' day, a family event. There's visiting every Sunday and Saturday, but at Christmas, there's a big party and there's, popcorn machine and snacks for their kids and all this, and it's lovely. And I did a group number and the ladies all did it. And they took pictures of us. The prison took pictures. The education department took all these pictures of us. And then they gave me the pictures. They were not on camera photo paper, just cardstock, and they gave them to me, and it was lovely. And I stuck them in a box and shipped them back because then they were yelling at me because I had too many Christmas cards in my box and too many books and too of this in my little, not a cell, but a room, and to send them home. And I sent them home, and then other things happened after that. But I have to keep something for the movie and for the documentary. Yes.
Abby Lee Miller, we would want to talk to you for hours, especially Ace. But I know our producer is telling us we have to wrap it up.
Mine's going like this.
Want to talk to you. You want your last question, Ace?
No, I'm good. I just wanted to say, Abby, I know that there's so much more to your story, and I know that we didn't even get into the cancer and everything else that happened. So I'm sorry that we're cutting it short, but I just want you to know that I think that you genuinely changed the face of reality TV.
Aww,
I feel like you
people
you
usually
really
say I changed dance. I did a lot for dance in the world.
I don't care about dance. I care about reality TV.
Okay, well, I love hearing that.
It's broader, and it's true. It's true, absolutely. And I think that your resilience is inspiring.
Thank you.
The things you've been through, and I hope you do get that movie. And who would play you?
Rosie O'Donnell.
No, I'm thinking
Rebel Wilson? I don't know.
Oh, Abby, thank you so much for spending your time with us. We love you, and we're so grateful for this opportunity. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate talking to you. It makes me laugh and it makes me smile. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.